What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod, and I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. And in today's video, I want to share 20 items that sold for me in the month of November on Poshmark. Now, I usually average about $1,000 a month, or sometimes even more on Poshmark, but for some reason, sales was definitely slow for me this month all around on eBay and on Poshmark. But I sold some pretty interesting items, so I figured you guys can still learn some new brands and just see what's selling out there on Poshmark. So if you guys enjoy these kind of videos, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, y'all, so starting off is this pair of Choco Sandals for women, and I usually make a little more for these Choco Sandals during the summer, sometimes as much as $60 during the summer, but of course it's winter time, so the value of these aren't as high. The person that bought this probably was going on vacation, or they might be in California, who knows. But I got $30 for these. I picked them up for about $6, and it took about, I want to say, a week and a half to sell. Next is this North Face fleece for boys, and this is my first time selling a fleece, North Face fleece for boys. So I only charged about, I was asking $25, and I ended up getting an offer for $20, so that was fine. And this took about a week to sell, and I think I paid $3 or $4 for this one as well. Next is another pair of children's clothing. This is a pair of boots for boys, and I think I was asking $29 for these, and they sold for $25. And this one also sold very fast. Sold, I think, within at least 3 or 4 days. Didn't take long at all to sell. So on eBay, they're selling for just around the same price, between $25 and $30. So this was definitely a good deal for me as well. So if you guys see any Nike ACG boots, whether it's for little boys or grown men or even women, definitely pick them up because they sell very fast, especially during this time of the year. Next is a pair of Hoka 11s. This is my favorite thing to sell, as you guys already know. This is actually my second time selling a sample pair of these sneakers. I had this exact same colorway in a sample size, and I think I sold them about, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 months ago, and it either sold for $45 or $50, but these weren't as in good condition. As you guys can see from the bottom, it's a lot of dirt on the bottom, and there were some little minor stains on the side as well and on the back. So I took $40 for these, and I believe I paid $5 or $6 for those. Here's another pair of Hoka 11s, and these sold for full asking price at $69. And I actually got not a love note, but I got feedback for these like 3 weeks after I made the sale, and the person gave me 1 star, and they said that the shoes weren't clean, and I should have fixed my description. But as you guys can see, these shoes were clean, so clearly that person was just trolling. I don't know what they were expecting for a pair of used shoes, but it is what it is. I made the money, and at the end of the day, I know I wasn't lying in my description. So sometimes these things are going to happen, but anytime you get these trolls that leave those type of comments, don't let it ruin your day. Just carry on and get this cash. Next is this vintage Adidas windbreaker jacket. I had this for about 2 or 3 weeks before it sold. At first I was asking $39, and then someone sent an offer for $35, so of course I took that one. And I wish this was actually in my size, because I definitely wouldn't have sold it. But this one was in amazing condition, no flaws or anything like that. And like I said, sold for $35, and it took about maybe 2 or 3 weeks to sell. Here's another coat that I had for a very long time. I had this in my inventory for at least 6 months, maybe even longer, maybe close to 9 months. But at the time I thought it would have sold fast, but it just wasn't, just wasn't that popular. It didn't really get a lot of likes or anything like that either. But it finally sold for $25. I was asking $29, so I took that offer. It didn't matter what the offer was. I was probably going to take it because I just wanted to get it out of here. But it finally sold for $25, and I had it for so long I don't even remember what I spent on it. Next is this Nike Air black and white jersey. I actually was going to keep this for myself and rock it to the gym, but I mean, I would have just looked foolish wearing this to the gym. So I ended up selling it for $29, and it sold for full asking price. And I believe I picked this up for about $2 or $3, and it took maybe a week and a half to sell. So if you guys see this jersey, definitely be on the lookout for this, because people like it. Next is this Patagonia shirt. As you guys know, Patagonia always sells very fast. This one took a few days to sell, maybe 3 or 4. The organic cotton usually demands a little more money for me, at least. It really doesn't matter, Patagonia always sells, but anytime the tag says organic cotton, that one I usually get a few more bucks for this one. And like I said, it sold for full asking price, and it only took a couple days to sell. Next is a pair of these Ugg fur slippers, and this is my second pair that I sold of these, and the first ones I believe sold for $20, so these sold for $19. So that wasn't a bad deal at all, and as you guys can see, they were in very good condition, super clean. The original owner probably wore it one time, so I only picked it up for $3 or $4, so that was a good deal for me as well. Next is these Pistolero Cowboy Boots, and these were actually made out of ostrich, and I had these for a while now, but I knew it was going to take a very special buyer that would come along and purchase these boots, because they're definitely very unique, kind of loud, kind of ugly depending on your taste. But I had them up for $89 and somebody offered $75, and I went ahead and took it because I knew this was going to sit for a while and I didn't want to just have it sitting there. But they were in fairly good condition for the age, because you can tell these were definitely kind of old. So Pistolero sells well, especially any ostrich. Definitely look for that symbol in any cowboy boots, because ostrich boots just demands a little more money. Next is this pair of Converse sneakers, and I see a lot of Converse sneakers in the thrift store, and a lot of people tend to just pass it by because they think it's not going to bring in any money. But for me, I just clean them up just a little bit, and I'll show you guys. I'll throw in the clip of how I clean shoes so you guys can check that out. But I cleaned these up. It didn't take much work at all, and it sold for $24, and I believe that was full asking price, because I don't think I was asking anything more than that, and I picked them up for about $5. Next is this cool pullover sweater, and cool always sells well for me. Definitely be on the lookout for that logo. It's definitely they have a lot of button-up shirts and t-shirts and sweaters and things like that, and this logo is definitely the one to look out for. Men's or women's always sells well. I was asking $35 and somebody sent me over for $30, so of course I took that. And this was in amazing condition as well. I believe I had to throw this in the wash, but there was no holes or any tears, so this one sold maybe 3 or 4 days as well. Here's a pair of Nike sock darts. These are actually mine. I was rocking these to the gym for a little bit, but I just got over it because I got a lot of sneakers that I get from the thrift store. I kind of just rotate them in and out. After I was done with these, I put them up, and these sold for full asking price at $39, and I got these for $5 or $6. And as you guys can see, definitely very good condition, and they sold fast because I priced it to sell, because like I said, I already got my wear out of it. Here's a Stu C Hat that I had. I picked this up for $2. I usually don't sell a lot of Stu C, only because the value isn't there depending on what it is. But if I get something for $2, of course I'm gonna pick it up, especially if I can get at least $15 for it. And someone asked me if it was authentic. They don't even make fake Stu C. What a stupid question. But anyway, this was definitely a good sale, and be on the lookout for Stu C if you can get it for a good price, because there's still a good following for Stu C items, but there's not a lot of money to be made. So if you can get it for a good price, I would suggest you pick it up. Here's a pair of Stafford boots, and Stafford is actually a JCPenney brand, and these were a size 13, so I guess the bigger sizes kind of command a little more money. I had them listed at $39 and someone bought it at full asking price, so that's always good. And these were in very good condition. I just threw a little bit of brown shoe polish on it to make it look a little more presentable, and it sold in about, I think, a week, maybe a week and a half. So I was definitely happy about making that sale. If you guys see any Stafford boots, I would say pick them up, but if you see Stafford jackets or shirts, I would most likely pass on those, because it's not a lot of money to be made in any JCPenney brands like that. But the boots definitely sell for good money. Next up is this new age Tommy Hilfiger polo shirt that looks vintage, but it's definitely not vintage. It's a size 2XL, so larger sizes in polo shirts and in men's shirts, period, they usually sell for a little more money. So definitely be on the lookout for larger Tommy Hilfiger shirts, vintage or non-vintage. This one sold for $19 and I was asking for $19, so I was happy that it sold for my asking price and I didn't have to do too much back and forth with the buyer. Here's a pair of Ugg boots, and I had these listed for I think $49, but just after looking at the condition, you guys can see it was kind of rough. So I took the offer of $35 just to get some cash flow rolling in, and it took about maybe 3 weeks to sell. And as you guys know, I like to sell things a little faster, so with that offer coming in, that's why I took it as fast as I did. If I cleaned them up a little more, they might have got some more money, but I mean, they're hiking boots. Whoever's wearing this, they're not gonna be too concerned about some dirt spots. So I'm just glad they sold for $35, and I think I got them for $6. Next is this Vineyard Vines puffer vest, and this one I had for maybe 2 months now, maybe a little more. I picked it up over the summer for maybe $3 or $4, and I thought it was gonna sell a lot faster than it did, but I don't think Vineyard Vines is as popular as it used to be. But this one finally did sell for $25. I was asking for $29, so that was a good sell. And yeah, if you guys see Vineyard Vines, still pick it up, but just don't expect to make a ton of money off of it, because the overall value and the brand is just not doing as well as it used to. And last but not least is this pair of Ugg boots that I had. These were actually gifted to me, but I have a lot of Chelsea boots, so I didn't really need these. And these sold for $100. I was asking for $110 or I think I was asking for $110, $109, and the offer came in for $100, and of course I took it. And yeah, these were brand new, so I just wanted to take some actual photos of these. Then I threw in 2 stock images just so that they can see, you know, just see the overall shoe for themselves. And they sold within about 3 or 4 days, so that was definitely a good sell for me.
Alright y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. And if you guys have any questions or any comments, definitely drop it in the comment section and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.